Hi Capricorns, how are you, my dears? I hope February was a good month for you. I know for me it's been a really rough one, and I'm really excited for March. I'm really excited for spring, and I hope that renewal that spring brings, I can hopefully get some of that into my own life, and I hope that will happen for you guys too. But before I get into the tarot portion, I want to tell you a little bit about the astrological aspects that will be happening in the month of March. So there will be two things that for me, will feel like it's worth mentioning. So it's Mercury going direct on March 10th, which brings with it a little bit more ease, more clarity in communications with others, in transportation, vehicles, travel arrangements, and all of that really has to do with movement, with thoughts, with that back and forth of ideas. So yeah, things will get clearer and things will get easier, not as foggy as they were during February. And also, but don't forget, Mercury still has its shadow phase for about a week or two after it goes direct. So I would still watch out for certain things that are unsaid. Like if you're unsure about something, ask, clarify. Don't be afraid to do so. It's better to be sure than to assume. Because then at least you'll be on the same page as the other person is. And the other thing that will happen is Saturn moves signs. So Saturn goes from Capricorn into Aquarius on March 21st. It begins an era, or I won't say an era, but it brings a new time for the next 2.5 years that Saturn will be stationed in Aquarius. So it brings with it new lessons. For the quality and the type of lessons that you will be learning, I would look for where Aquarius and what house Aquarius is for you in your natal chart, and that will tell you more of the flavor of the lessons that you'll be learning. But to me, it's like the one thing about when a planet moves signs, to me it's just like for me specifically, it shows up as like when it just moves into a new sign and leaving another sign. So it's like it goes with the bang and it's almost knocking on your door. It's like, I'm here, so it's a double whammy in the sense of like you'll get tested on the lessons of the house prior, or the sign prior, and then you will be shown a little taste of what's to come next. So, but on a bigger scale, Saturn and Aquarius will bring with it like progress and innovation in how we communicate and how we relate to others, which is huge, right? But also it might bring a lot of, either will bring people together on a larger scale, or would make us more distant, because Aquarius, it's also the sign of innovation. It's internet, it rules internet, it rules communications, and telecommunications, so social media and all of that. But in relationships, Aquarius is a lot of people say that it's like the most distant sign, so it's like it's really hard to pin down, and it's really hard to like get emotions out of them. It's like Leo, it wears his heart on, or her heart on their sleeve, right? But Aquarius, it's like it's a really person, it's our person to get to know. But once you do, it's just it's an amazing, it's like a lot more to it than just meets the eye. But they just need space, they just like freedom, and they don't like attachments as much. So yeah, I think a lot of stuff with that will come up for everybody. But again, the flavor of the lessons will be shown by what house Aquarius sits in for you specifically. So, I'm going to leave this portion alone. I'm going to end here for the astrological aspects. So moving into the your tarot reading. Okay. Let's see. Let me just shuffle one more time. Okay. So let's see. Caps, the sun. Oh, beautiful. He's starting with a happy sun and the moon. Very interesting. The two polar opposites of each other. I have a feeling this is more about certain things coming to light for you, and then you'll be shed like the Emperor. And I think it's also, it's a card of it. You can be dealing with an Aries, but you can also be dealing with somebody that's very stubborn. But I also kind of relate this to you, Capricorn, because you can be stubborn as well too. When it's something, because see, like you have the goat here. When it's something you really want, you become relentless and you just go for it. You know, whether you hurt somebody's feelings or not. But wow, there's a lot of major arcana cards. So for you, Capricorn, I feel that this is going to be a major month. A major month of dealing with traditions, dealing with certain like institutions and structures. So I think a lot of it has to do with work. And how do you relate with authority figures and structures put in place? And like, it's almost like, you know, like the that flow chart in a company, you know, who relates to who and who is responsible for what and who's the boss of who. So it's like that dynamic, that power dynamic, I feel that would really come into play this month for you. And how do you stand in there, and then how do you fit in all of that, right? The sun and the moon can like, you can like be flip-flopping between knowing and not knowing, be happy and unsure about certain things, sure about where you stand, sure about what you want, sure about your own power and your own strength and your own abilities and possibilities and skills that you have and you can share, you know. But regardless of the fact, I think like you are really strong. You know your worth, you know your power, you know what you deserve, and you're also going to go for it. I feel like you're going to go for it unapologetically. But also for some of you, this is a moment of recognition, really big recognition. I think in the month of March for you will be really getting accolades for work that you've done and really for who you are. I feel like there's going to be a lot of recognition for you, and then you're going to almost like becoming being in this, either you're going to be the possibility to be put in a position of power and be that authority, becoming that authority that you, or that leader in the community and on your work or whatever situation you're in, or you're going to become a mentor for somebody that based on your own skills and your own like life experiences, you just gain so much knowledge and experience that you can share with the world, that you can be that leader, that you can be that front man, that you can be that you know, the rock for somebody. But also, you know, at the end of the month, I feel like the strength in reverse. Let me just clarify. Why is it in reversed? Knight of Swords in reversed. I feel like for some of you, yeah, you're getting these accolades and you're getting all this recognition, but at the same time, it's almost leaving you like, oh my God, can I just handle the pressure? I think it's going to be coming a lot of pressure for you to like live up to those standards that people set for yourself, and like live up to the responsibilities of that new position that you're going to be in. But I mean, now it's like, well, if you want it, you know, you'll have to really address those feelings and emotions of, you know, like where you stand with all of this responsibility. Do you want it? Do you not want it? If you want it, if you're okay with being in that position, assume it, and don't, you know, like, I mean, we're a human being, so it's like, it's always, it's natural for us to have a moment of like, oh, can I do this? Can I really do this? It's like, but it's also like, I feel for some of you will feel like that imposter syndrome too, where it's like you're doubting your own skills, you're doubting like, why am I even, well, what makes me be a leader? Like, why people are looking up to me? Like, there's nothing to be, you know? So it's like, you're really going to feel like that imposter syndrome at the end of the month, because people will be looking up to you for advice, for mentorship, for, you know, just overall seeing you as an authority figure in that life and somebody that they can look up to for anything and everything, and then they can go to at any moment in time, because you're just so grounded and you're so stable and you've come a long way, but also on your own merits. You know, what you've done, it's on your own merit. So yeah, a lot of recognition, but also a lot of responsibility that comes with that, you know, with how far you've come and where you've come. But let me just pull one oracle card and see what they have to say for you. But I feel a lot of like, for you Capricorn, it's like really getting that, finally that recognition, but with it comes responsibility. Celebrate mystery, trust the journey, unexpected and secrets. That's very interesting to me, because we have the moon here too, you know, but I think it's like, yeah, things coming to light, solution to conundrum puzzle. So I feel like that's where it's like, oh, I was telling you, it's like, you know, like people coming to you for advice, like you becoming that, the mentor figure. And it's almost like you're gonna doubt yourself. It's like, well, what am I, whom, what makes me, you know, oh, I mean, why am I in this position? But like, you're gonna be questioning in a good way, you know. But things will like really come into play, and then you'll realize this, why that is happening. And that'll be at the end of the month, I think, when things will be like quite demanding of you. And then that's when you'll be like really put to test. Can you really live up to this responsibility? If not, then you know, you might be course redirecting, but if you are, there's going to be a lot of accolades coming with it. But I'm going to leave this at this. And, you know, Cap, I hope there's a lot. It's a big month for you. It really is a big month for you. So if this message resonates with you, please like the video and share it. If you want to hear what the next month has in store for you, subscribe to my channel and you'll get a notification when the next video is up. And if you want to say hi, please do so in the comment box below. But in the meantime, have a happy March, and I will see you in April. Okay, bye, Cap.